welcome to the Movie Scoops podcast. I'm your host, Sean, and today I am back with two very special guests with me. I've got Patrick Wilson and Spencer Lang joining me again for the second time in a row. I was going to say second week, but that's wrong. How you guys doing?
It's Patrick Wilkinson, and also we're not guests anymore. We're your co-stars. Treat us with some goddamn dignity.
Ouch! I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I did
I guess
too.
we're
But
just-
apparently, it's just me, Spencer, and Craig, and not me, Spencer, Craig, and Sean. You
Why am
know,
I at the bottom?
Sean,
I
you
don't
can
know.
for listeners, you can't see this, but the recording studio that we have set up, it's a long table with Sean at one end and about 20 seats between him and me, Patrick, and Craig.
Yeah.
So we're really feeling the distance right now.
Look, I can
Yeah.
tell you right now, if I ask them to pass me the salt, they're not going to pass me the salt.
I'm going to throw the salt.
He's going to throw the salt at my head. And it's going to smash.
He
gonna be
looks like a
accurate and
Hollywood
deadly.
bigwig, honestly. He's got the suit and tie, and he's also got the cigar, and he's rocking on his chair. Like, honestly, he looks
Doesn't have? You know what he
Bro,
doesn't have?
What are you talking
he
about?
looks
It's
like a
maidens.
supervillain down
Bro,
there.
I don't
He has
have a
no
cigar.
maidens.
It's one of those lollies, the
Anyways.
lolly fads. Anyway, we have a bunch of news to go over this week, and then we're going to talk about vampires in honor of the movie Morbius.
Is this just me? Is this just me?
I'm ignoring it.
Is he getting...
It was bubbly for me. Let's just
Well,
keep going.
Well, I mean, if Craig is recording this through Discord, we should probably tell him. You just roboted, dude. Like hardcore.
Oh, it's fine. I'm recording on
On his microphone, anyways.
on my microphone on Logic.
I see. And
Yeah,
we're
So
back.
even if my audio is messed.
It's
Let's go
alright.
back up.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go through the news. The first bit of news is Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is delayed until 2023. Are you guys big video game players?
Yes.
Were you guys excited for this game? Because I know I was.
Sean,
I was interested in seeing, like, to me, when I first saw this, I thought it was like a weird blend between Left 4 Dead and Overwatch, and I was like, this could be interesting. But if it's being delayed, I'm probably gonna forget about it until it actually comes out, and I'll just go, oh yeah, that was supposed to come out like 3 years ago.
That was meant to come out. It was meant to come out in 2020.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly.
It was announced
3
in
years ago.
2019.
Yeah.
My theory behind it is that it's probably to do with Gotham Knights, because that's coming out this year.
yeah.
They probably finally
could
wrapped
not
that
care
up,
less.
and then they were like, "Oh, if we put Suicide Squad on the shelf, then the devs can keep working on it. But also, we've got the new Batman one, and we don't want two DC games coming out in 1 year." Yeah,
Here's the thing. Why do I care about Gotham Knights? I don't. There's no reason to. I've played Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City,
I'm
and Arkham
very
Knight.
excited for Gotham
I
Knights,
am-
to be honest.
I am. You know how like people say, I watched Marvel up until Endgame. Like, where can they really go from there? That's me, but with this franchise.
Also, I would
Arkham
like
Knight,
to-
and I am fine,
What
just
did
not
you
going anywhere.
play up to?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Arkham Knight. I played
bad
all
one.
three. Well, let's not say bad one. I played them all one after the other for like a month. So they all kind of just blend together in my head, except for Asylum, which I played when I was like 10.
I'm very excited to see how this game plays, because Gotham Knights has been confirmed that it's not in the Arkham universe, but the Suicide Squad is. So it looks
That makes reverse
quite...
sense, dude.
What?
That's backwards.
yeah.
No.
Because if that's true, it's going to be pretty shit. Because if that's in the main universe, they're not going to be too willing to kill off major characters, which, believe it or not, is a big selling point for me on Justice League Kills the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Shit,
the
the other
Other
way.
way
Suicide
around.
Squad Kills the Justice
Reverse
League is
that.
in the Arkham universe. But, like, the question... Because I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought... Because it makes sense after Arkham Knight, the story of Gotham Knights makes sense in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, like, it kind of... Because this is, like... You've got Superman, you got Wonder Woman, you got The Flash, and it's like... Wait, like... Were they in this universe as well? Since when?
Yeah, it feel like if someone said, "Oh yeah, this is like a weird multiverse version of Injustice," uh, I would be more willing to believe that because everyone's personalities are kind of cranked up to 11 in those games,
Can
and
I
so I
say
would be I
I did
would be
not
like,
enjoy Injustice 2.
no one really does.
So I played Injustice 1. I feel like I probably would have gotten Injustice 2 if I read the comics, but I didn't. I went into Injustice 2 and I didn't understand a single thing in that story. I was like, didn't Green Arrow die in this universe, and didn't they get like Green Arrow from another universe in there, and then he went back? Why is Green Arrow still there? Like,
Here's my failing point on the Injustice franchise. I'll just say it outright. Shazam is killed by Superman, and that's just unforgivable and sad. And I cried as a kid, and I just won't pick that game up ever.
yeah,
It's
Superman just
impossible.
murdered a child.
He is 10 years old, and people are acting like he's a good guy, kinda still. Fuck that.
he's Omni Man.
No,
Superman.
Omni-Man's cool.
Do you know
Omni-Man
what?
kills races, not just kids. He doesn't
Do you know
select
what's
it.
so funny about the
Uh,
character of
wait,
Superman?
uh, and we're back. All right, scrub that.
Do you know what? Do you know what's so funny about the character of Superman? Is that he's such a hard
Rid of
character to
rocks
write.
from his own homeland.
No, he's such a hard character to write good, because like when you make a super powered being, like it's so hard to bring challenges against him, because there are no challenges against him, because he can just like flick them and they're gone. That's why like the whole
Manly
kryptonite,
Superman.
like the kryptonite thing has just been used to death.
Because it's
And
the
the
only
only
thing they can use to put him to death.
Well, the only thing that they can do to make them like Superman interesting is literally to make him evil. Why Omni Man and why Homelander are such successes is because they're plays on the Superman character, and like they show him in a different like light, like
I
how
would
Homelander is Superman, but he's just a psycho.
My God, I had an actual aneurysm. I was like, wait, why is Sean talking about Homelander? In my head, I was thinking about Peacemaker. Oh my,
No,
cut that.
I'm talking about Homelander from The
Yeah,
Boys.
yeah, I know. I'm just.
I would
Hey, we're
disagree
back.
with you. Don't make that joke, it's mine. Uh and we're back. Uh I would disagree with you on the Superman's only interesting because of kryptonite, from a character standpoint.
No. I didn't say it was interesting because of Kryptonite. I said that the whole um Kryptonite being his weakness, and how Kryptonite is always used to beat him, has just been done to death. Like Lex Luthor, it's like seeing an animated stuff with Lex Luthor, and he's like, I've got Kryptonite in my pocket right here, so you can't do anything to me.
I have a kryptonite ring that gave me cancer, and now I have to clone myself
Uh,
into an Australian.
I've got Kryptonite with me at all times. I'm wearing
I now
Kryptonite
have red hair
underpants.
because apparently being Australian makes you a ranger.
Is this fan
So
fiction? What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't
It
know
was
what
a thing from the 80s. It was a thing from the 80s.
I don't
He
know
gets
what he's talking about, but
Lex
I'm talking
Luthor gets
about.
cancer from wearing a kryptonite ring, and then he goes to Australia and clones himself, but the clone ends up having like bright orange hair, and then he starts dating the cousin of Superman, Supergirl.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He
I'd just like
dates
to preface all
Supergirl?
of this by saying that Patrick
Yes,
is
Isn't
currently
she like
sick.
15?
this is from the 80s. Yes, I'm in prison. Don't at me. You can't anyways because I'm in jail and I'm suspended off every platform.
Yeah, isn't the character of Supergirl like she's like 15 and didn't age in the pod?
I don't
I
know.
have no idea. I did not pay attention
I'm not,
reading that.
I'm not caught up on my Supergirl lore. Give me a minute.
Give me a
We
minute.
can just we can just breeze past this. Don't worry. Don't.
But like Spencer, don't you agree that like Superman is way more interesting as a villain than he is
I
as
I
a
would
hero?
personally, I prefer if a character is going to be overpowered. I'd prefer that the real challenge come from I would say human interaction rather than fighting.
Yeah, I
The-
agree. Like I think
That being said,
a great example
if
of
there
that
are
is
overpowered powers, I would prefer them to be on the
I,
antagonistic side.
I think a great example of that is Saitama from One Punch Man.
Is this a
'Cause-
rehash of last episode?
Yes, it is. But I just think that Saitama is just such a well written, like superpowered being, because he's just has not a care in the world.
I know.
Because
That's not true. He's very worried about rent and food.
he's very worried about rent and getting the Saturday sale.
Ugh.
That's what he's most worried about. But what I mean, like, he's not worried about the villains. He's not worried about the monsters he's fighting.
He barely knows about them.
Yeah. And I like that. I like how, like, there's certain episodes where he's more worried about the fact that no one knows who he is than he is about saving people.
C-Class? Really?
Yeah, like where he's like, oh, people don't even know. It's like the whole King storyline where it's like King just basically profited off of Saitama's ability because he didn't take credit for it.
What a Chad move. Just let everyone assume that you're the strongest person, say nothing, be on your way, play video games at your own house.
It's the best. I rewatched it like last week just because I could, and I think that show is just such a fun thing to watch. Okay. Let's move on.
Next topic.
James Gunn talked about this week another Suicide Squad spin-off, like Peacemaker and
Justice
everything.
League or something.
No. He never said what it was going to be. He did talk about how Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa just basically chatted smoke for like
Bro,
an hour.
you can't say that name. Can't say that
Ezra
name
Miller
right
because he got cancelled again because he stalked a family or something.
It's so, I wouldn't say funny because it's kind of serious.
Do you want to explain this situation? Because I'm not. I don't know much about the situation.
My knowledge is a headline, and as you and Patrick may know, I might have told you this in passing. I refuse to read past the headline. I make assumptions.
I think you said that to me before, yeah.
Yeah, I make assumptions. So let me tell you what I think happened. So apparently Ezra Miller killed some people, from my understanding. Isn't that right, Craig? Craig saying yes.
You're no. You're way too far from the truth.
All right. Is that not right?
No, he was living with this couple. Like, I don't know why. Like,
Swingers.
a famous actor is living with this random couple. But when they asked him to like leave, like they politely asked him to leave, he didn't leave. Like what I mean by leave, I mean like move out. He refused to leave and like stalked their house and like went into their house when they weren't there and everything. And so they put a restraining order out on him because he just basically they've asked him to leave and he just won't leave.
That is odd, peculiar.
I mean, you could chalk it up to him like scouting out his next kill.
What do you mean by next? Do you know something?
I mean, he choked that woman 2 years ago.
Did she die?
Well, we don't know. We've never heard from her since.
Yikes.
Anyway, that was episode 7 of this pod. Wait, fun fact about this podcast: last week's episode is the second most viewed episode on this podcast.
Damn.
On YouTube.
Promoted it.
It just needs 40 more. It just needs 40 more listens, then it's gonna surpass the American Pie episode.
Oh, the classic.
The classic.
The episode where I reviewed all 9 except for the new one, American Pie movies.
Oh, that one doesn't count.
Oh, sorry.
I watched the new one.
I don't think I've seen a single American Pie.
I've only seen the first one.
I've heard the song.
So, the American Pie, like, so I could just like quickly go over it. The first movie it's okay. Like it's a good comedy. It's like it kind of launched that whole raunchy comedy, like not
zeitgeist of the 2000s.
Yeah, like the two. Well, it was made in 1999, but it launched that, and like it's quite funny. Like it's not funny, but
It's
got
not funny
some.
anymore because the main punchline of the film has been done to death as a meme. And so now when you watch it, you go, oh, that's where this is from? And that's your only experience. You don't get that full raw out of it as you would watching it.
It's like
I
watching
feel,
Star Wars and then like the reveal of Darth Vader being his father. And
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
then
but
no, I'm
like
kidding.
I'm so should we put that as a spoiler at the beginning?
no,
No.
but like it's a very like it's got very funny jokes in that movie,
Mm.
but that's mostly just because of Eugene Levy, because Eugene Levy is just a very funny actor. But you go to the second American Pie movie and it's just like doing the first but not as funny, and then they go to the third one, which is The Wedding, and when you watch them like I did, like back to back to back to back, there's such a big difference in quality in the first and second one to the third one, because the third one had like a cinematographer, it had like a director, it had like bigger actors.
It was a vision.
It was a vision. I personally think the third one is the best one because it didn't rely on like raunchy stuff to be funny. It relied on it to an extent, but didn't rely on it heavily as much as other films in the franchise. But then they did the amount of spin-offs. They did a lot of spin-offs. They did The Naked Mile, they did Beta House. They did a third one in that trilogy, and then they did Book of Love. Oh, what the heck? They did Book of Love, and then they did the newest one. Are you okay, Spencer? Are you okay, Spencer? Spencer just keeps sending in gifts into the chat that we have.
Wait,
It's really hard to
um,
concentrate.
Sean, if Spencer and I read these two gifts out, will you make it sound like we're on radios?
I'll say the second part.
Okay,
No.
I'll say the first one.
No.
Go fuck that guy's mom.
Roger, on my way to fuck that guy's mom. All right, Sean, that's up to you now.
Yeah, put voice filters on ours, please. Or if you just, or I'll do it. It's okay.
Man, whatever happened to this just being PG?
Too late. No, don't send more. Don't send more.
All right, I'm done. I'm done.
When you have no swag, meaning you are not very cool.
You forgot
That's
the
funny.
parentheses.
Okay.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Can we get back on track before?
Okay, let's get back on track. So James Gunn
went off the
announced
rails?
that he's making another spin-off Suicide Squad thing. And my question to you guys is, which character do you reckon it will be? Because he hasn't announced that, but who
That's
do you think?
easy answer. Polka Dot Man.
He died.
Shit.
I would like to see a prequel.
Oh, like a
movie
prequel?
of I would like to see that. But Patrick, what do you think?
Probably the Denzel.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Patrick.
I didn't realize I was spoken for.
So other Patrick, what do you think would be a good spin-off?
Honestly, I have no idea who, like when Peacemaker came out, I was like, okay, how do they decide on him? Like I'm in the exact same boat as I was when Peacemaker was announced. Like I don't know which one because everyone's a little bit interesting in their own freaky way that it would be like it doesn't matter what order you pick from because it's probably going to be interesting regardless. So
it could be Ratcatcher.
Yeah, didn't her career kind of
it could be Ratcatcher or
from this? Like she wasn't a known quantity before this movie?
She was a model before this.
Oh, Gal Gadot.
No, the other one.
Ratcatcher.
No, it's the exact same thing. Gal Gadot was a fashion model, and now she's Wonder Woman.
Well, Gal Gadot was also in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, as Wonder Woman.
as Wonder Woman, yes. Famous character.
She plays Diana.
She went up to Vin Diesel in her leotard and was like, "I'm here to be a part of the family."
And he was like, "I want in your Justice League."
He was like, "It's all about
Are those the exact-
family."
Are those the exact lines?
Yes, those are the exact
And then
lines.
they flew to space on the rocket, and it was just like, damn, this is cinematic opus.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't have time to talk about that movie. Anyway, yeah, I think it's either going to be Ratcatcher or
Idris Elba's
maybe
character.
Bloodsport. But also, like, I feel like Bloodsport would just be like a retelling of Peacemaker in a way, because they make that joke in the movie where they're like, "You're basically the same as me," and but
No, he shoots smaller bullets.
yeah, he shoots smaller bullets. That's the only difference. But like, you could do him. I don't want to see another Harley Quinn spinoff. I really don't.
Birds of Prey was alright, but it was just kind of like, we didn't really need to see that. Like,
Birds
everyone's
of
everyone's good in it, but it was just like
I
wrong
would
time, wrong
rather
place.
see the Birds of Prey spin-off with everyone in that movie except for whatever her name is, Harley Quinn. I'd rather see a spin-off of that than more Harley Quinn.
Damn.
Like, I think she's great in Suicide Squad, but I think in pretty much anything else she's okay at best.
You didn't think her performance as Sharon Tate was good?
Who's Sharon Tate?
No, I'm not talking about Margot Robbie. I'm talking about Harley Quinn, the character.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I thought you had completely name blanked on Margot Robbie, and I was
No.
like,
No, I enjoy Margot Robbie. Like, I enjoy
Australia's
her performance
own.
in I was gonna say Wolf of Wall Street, but that
Yikes.
yeah, she's good. She's good in Wolf of Wall Street. Not for anyway.
We're back.
And we're back. Let's move on. Did you guys see the Joker deleted scene?
Didn't even ask me.
Yes.
I did just ask you.
No, you didn't even ask me what the spin-off would be.
I did. You said Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, but that's not my true answer. My true answer is Weasel.
Oh.
Weasel also died, so they
No,
would
he
have to be a
didn't.
prequel. Didn't he?
No, at the end
Did
he
you?
comes back.
We just caught a non-fan in our midst. He didn't stay back for the post-credit scene.
No.
Wow.
I ain't got time for that, man. I'm on a
Uh,
schedule.
You think you know a person.
Listen, you can't sit back for 5 extra minutes every time, you know? You
I'm
gotta do
making
it
my
for
way
the
up the
only
table.
ones that really made you feel invested.
I'm making my way over to Sean's side of the table, Patrick. You're losing me.
No, not these Hollywood bigwigs, Spencer. Come on.
Oh,
You gotta be indie, you gotta be
I can
professional.
smell the champagne.
Okay.
The white
okay.
wine.
Did you guys see the Joker deleted scene?
Yes.
From the Batman?
Yes.
Yes.
I skimmed it.
You
It's not
just
the
flicked
best.
to it and you're like, that was a good 10 seconds of my time.
I'll be honest. It's not my favorite Joker. From
I'm
what
glad
I've
it wasn't in the film, because I feel like if that wasn't,
I feel
like that would have dragged it down for me.
I understand why they didn't put it in the film because it didn't add anything.
sucked.
It would have just felt like it
No,
just slightly
I don't-
derailed the film for no reason.
I don't think it sucked. I think it was just there so people could be like, "Oh, the Joker's in this movie. We can see him in the next movie." But like, I feel like they
We've already
did a
had
good job
5
with it.
Jokers.
They did a good job
I
with
hate to
it.
tell you this, but we already know the next villain in the Batman.
It's Court of Owls, isn't it?
It's Weasel. That's the spin-off movie. Just gonna skim.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not. Man, Spencer, you're killing me. But what did you think of the design? Like, honestly, did you think?
I don't
Weasel-
like the gaping mouth. I hate it. It looks like the spitter from Left 4 Dead. Sean, Sean, bring up the photo. Bring up the photo of the spitter from Left 4 Dead.
No.
Oh, can't
You
have
just-
any
Sorry,
visual elements in a
You just
podcast,
brought
can
up
we?
the first
expect
image
me to
that
do
comes up when
way-
you search middle finger on Google Images.
You expect me to do more editing than I'm prepared to do?
I'll do it when I get around to it.
No.
Sean, don't trust this man with an edit.
I know.
Ah,
I know.
don't
I
bring
know
up the
from
bus,
your
brother.
experience, Spencer. I know.
That's Backstory
Anyway.
to that is I got backstabbed. Moving on.
moving on. We're not spending more time on that.
Yeah, don't give him a chance to say
But
anything.
I also, but what I liked was that they didn't show much of the Joker. I feel like they showed enough so that,
Wish they showed
the-
less.
no.
Yes.
I feel like
Lower
what
light.
they did it intentionally so that if they need to change anything, which they clearly do, they can now because the design isn't finalized.
What's facial reconstruction surgery like in prison? Because I can think of a couple things that need to be fixed.
No. Think of this, because since that wasn't in the film, it's not canon. It's not canon. It's just a deleted scene and
They just do
everything.
whatever they want
Like
now.
do we not see like a human silhouette? At
Yeah,
some
we
point,
see still at the end because Joker's trying to comfort the Riddler, and he's like, "Hey, come on now, you did so
Yeah,
well."
but you don't see him very well, which
Yeah,
means
it's
that
kind of like a silhouette, and like you see like half of his face, and that's about it.
you can redesign him from there. You can be like, oh, people didn't like the mouth. People didn't like how grotesque he was. Maybe we'll pull it back a little bit.
Yeah,
Do
and
you
they
see
could
what I
probably
mean?
change. They could also probably change the actor to Billy D. Williams and make him the Two-Face we never got.
Never
What are
mind.
you talking about?
Billy D. What? Do you mean Tommy Lee Jones?
No.
No. I know who he's talking about. He's talking about Richard M. Nixon. President.
No.
Nixon.
Let's
Billy
go.
D. Williams
Third
in
term.
Batman '89. He plays
Oh yeah,
as
yeah. I know
yeah.
who you're talking about. I know who you're
And they
talking
were
about.
gonna, and if Tim Burton was still gonna direct the third one, but he ended up didn't. He didn't end up doing it. He was going like a Michael Keaton one. It was gonna be Billy D. Williams would come back as Two-Face,
Yeah.
but they ended
Okay.
up not doing it because he wasn't in the last one at all. He wasn't in the Penguin and Selena Kyle one.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to a topic. I don't want to spend much time on this topic.
Good idea.
It's just the sequel to Scream, the new Scream, is going to be released literally next year. Like this, literally
Jeez, that's a fast
year from now.
turnaround.
A year from now.
Wasn't this
Have you
last
guys
one
gone?
Next April.
No, next March.
Oh, what's April?
And like, have you guys seen the new one?
No, still haven't.
I've seen the IMDb score.
It's quite good. The new one's quite good. And I like, honestly, I'm excited for it, but also like, I feel like this is gonna be like the same thing that happened with the other Scream movies, where they're just gonna keep overdoing it.
They're just gonna lose focus.
Yeah, but you never know. They could do it in a good way where it's, because in the movie it focuses on you. Like, you guys have seen the first movie, right?
Yes.
Of course.
You know
I've
Billy.
seen I've
I've seen
seen
Scary Movie 1.
I was gonna say that I've seen Scary Movie 1.
It's the exact same film. I wanted to briefly talk about this last week, but I completely forgot because I had 3 Guinnesses before recording that.
Here's my watch order of the Scream movies. I saw Scary Movie, then I saw Scary Movie 4, and now we're to the present.
Of watching Scream.
Watching Scream movies, yeah.
Yeah, but you guys know who Billy is, right? In the movie.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
So he had, in the
Who's
context
Billy?
of the new Scream, he has a daughter, and his daughter
No.
is having visions of Billy.
No. Are you serious?
But didn't he die in the first one?
He
Did he
dies
just
in
have
the
Exactly
first
what I
one.
was gonna say. I was gonna say that.
He dies in the first one, so she is having visions of Billy throughout the film, and she feels that she's gonna become a psycho because her dad was a psycho.
Killer?
Yeah, psycho killer.
Well,
And
he was
that's-
also sharing the Scream role with Stu, but alright.
Yeah, but also Stu.
Oh, sorry, Shaggy. Sorry.
Yeah, Shaggy. But also Stu is most likely coming back.
But they both died.
Not necessarily. A lot of people
They
believe
both
that.
died in 1991. What?
A lot of people. What are you talking about? The movie came out in 1995, bruv.
What
No, but
the fuck are you guys talking? Who's Shaggy? Like Scooby Doo or
he's talking
the
about
singer?
Matthew Lillard, the guy who plays Stu, the other killer.
I see. I
But
see.
Hold on,
he,
once I send you a photo, you'll be like, oh, I
but
get it.
No, I know.
he,
I've seen the live action Scooby
but
Doo's. I know Matthew Lillard.
a
I've
lot of
seen.
people, believe that he didn't die because he just got a TV falling on his head.
Oh, this guy's got short hair.
So like, I wouldn't be surprised if they do bring him back for this film. And I hope that they do. I think that would really, really help and bring a good twist to the film.
Were they
But
romantically involved, those two?
what?
I'm only going off of Scary Movie 1. Were they
Yeah.
romantically involved in the actual movie?
I don't think they were intentionally, but it did come across that
Oh,
way.
you I know what you're talking about, like the
I'm trying to figure out what's
the
parody and what's not.
yeah, the black guy and the Billy guy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a I love Scary Movie 1 is a funny movie. I like that.
That actor, wasn't he in a psychedelic movie? I can't remember the name of it. It was
Possibly.
Requiem for a Dream. That's it.
Yeah. Like I'm excited to see where this series goes. And yeah, like
Spoiler
think-
alert. There's going to be some more killers and some more deaths
I hope so.
about characters that have not been introduced yet. But believe me, they've been in the story.
Yeah. Okay.
Just in the background.
Let's move on. HBO announced this week that there will be a Pennywise spin-off TV series.
Already hate it.
I need to give my 3 cents. I need to give my 3 cents right now.
What
I
you
would
just said.
only be okay with this, right?
Briefly.
If it was the most psychedelic thing HBO have ever done since Fraggle Rock. And I would only be okay with it
What did you
if
just
it
say?
was
They
if it
already
was
have.
something.
It's called Euphoria.
No, but if it was something akin to, do you guys remember Salad Fingers from Newgrounds?
Oh, yeah.
If they did something like that where it's completely off the walls and like just revolting to watch, and it was just like really vague about everything, like just these giant spider aliens, but it was done so vaguely you couldn't even pin
I
it.
want to see the turtle.
Here's
Well,
Give me the
that
turtle.
too.
Patrick, let me spoil a TV show that hasn't been released yet for you. Here's what's
Okay.
going to happen.
It's not.
It's going to be a series of it's going to be a limited series. Let's get
Gonna
that.
be a series of unfortunate events, but with
It's going to be
Pennywise.
a limited series. Each episode detailing a different murder or attempted murder by Pennywise.
God, I hate
That's
when you're
cool.
right.
That's the
Um,
entire show. Either that you have to guess whether or not the person that he's trying to kill gets away and leaves town, or
So it's like a
fucking
sitcom.
dies. That being said, I do want to see a giant turtle.
I
Yeah,
would
I
I
wanna
would like
see- I
to
wanna
see
see
Jerry
a
Seinfeld versus Pennywise. That'd be interesting.
It's
I
it's
wanna
gonna
see
have
a
to be a
galactic
prequel
turtle.
if it's gonna be the
Remo,
in the
what are you
same universe.
doing?
Do you
So,
think
I'll
do
never
you think
Clown,
kill-
Jerry.
do
They'll
you
never
think
kill Pennywise.
do you think Warner Brothers have the balls to do a galactic turtle?
No.
I don't think they have the balls, Sean.
I
And
don't think they
they
have the
can take
balls.
this as a statement, or what's it called? A declaration of them having no balls.
Well,
a
we're
challenge.
not getting sponsored by Warner Brothers.
Good.
Oh, are we not?
No.
Then what the
Anyway,
fuck are we doing this for?
I know, right? Anyway,
That's what it's all about.
yeah, we want those sponsorships. Anyway,
No, just Warner Brothers.
we're
Just Warner Brothers.
we're briefly going to talk about Moon Knight. We're not going to spoil it for you, the viewer
Huh?
and Spencer, because Spencer did not see
Oh.
Moon Knight.
Hey, audience.
It was a conscious choice. I want to binge at least 3 episodes at once.
Yeah, it's understandable. I thought my thoughts on it. I
Hang on.
thought it was interesting. I felt like it definitely felt weird because it didn't have like another character in it to kind of like help move the pace a little bit. Like it wasn't like it had Falcon or it didn't have Hawkeye or someone like that, like the other ones where it was like this is how they're going to do the show. It was just like it was all Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke. And I felt like that
At
it was
the
a
end, he
very
talks to himself. What?
yeah. He talked. Patrick, what part of not spoiling did you?
Spencer knows who Moon Knight is. He knows he has multiple personalities.
I'll,
It's his
I'll,
whole
I'll,
gimmick.
I'll confess. All I know is that there are multiple personalities. It has something to do with Egypt, and Ethan Hawke has really long hair. That's all I
Exactly.
know.
That's
Yeah. Okay.
the only
That
thing anyone knows about Moon Knight, unfortunately.
it's very like I enjoyed it, and
I choose not to pry further into that obvious spoiler.
but I'm very excited to see where it goes from there.
Probably into episode
Anyway,
2.
anyway, let's talk about the Oscars because that was possibly the
What a
dumbest.
shit
Wait,
show,
wait.
alright? That was
Did you hear?
boring.
Did you hear? Did you hear what happened?
What happened, Spencer? What happened from
Samuel
your perspective?
Here, the biggest thing that happened at the Oscars, from my perspective, Samuel L. Jackson got his first Oscar.
Did
He
he
did
actually?
too!
Was that his first Oscar?
That was his first Oscar.
I didn't know that. It's like how Jackie Chan won his first Oscar last year.
Yeah, it's
Right. That's actually
it is
sick.
weird.
That's actually. Can I just say, the Oscars this year did such a poor job. Like it did remarkably
Security,
bad.
I agree.
It's security, 100%. They did such a poor job, but it was like it was beyond bad because like first of all, it was already controversial because of the nominees because there were a lot of nominees in it that people didn't think deserved to be nominated for that, or people didn't think should be nominated for what things.
Well, they haven't really put a lot of Marvel
Well,
nominations.
they didn't put Marvel in there. They made that whole
To be
category.
To be fair, what has Marvel done in the movie industry? What have they done?
True, but
Name one
like
thing.
also, they put Don't Look Up in for best editing.
It should be. Actually, that's not true. There's one movie that surpasses that in editing, and it's called Moonfall. And I implore
Oh
everyone to
my
watch it.
gosh, I saw Moonfall. Don't. But what I mean by that is that they what do they do? They there was a big editing mistake in that film when it came out where they showed like the crew, and like for a split second they showed the crew, like it was like a behind the scenes thing in the
Cameo.
middle of the film.
It's a cameo, dude.
It's a cameo from the people.
It's an
It has
Easter egg.
some of the worst editing I've ever seen in a film, and like it's honestly embarrassing that they got
Name one
nominated.
bad edit. Name one bad
I
edit.
just named one.
The entire movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Ouch.
Anyway, but also like even the people who won, like I know we'll talk about Will Smith, but do you guys
What do you
did
do?
you guys when you looked at the people who were nominated, did you think Will Smith was gonna win?
I
No.
honest to God did not until he was literally the last person to be announced, and I was like, "Oh shit, something just happened."
I watched King Richard. It's a good movie. It's not Oscar worthy. It's not Oscar worthy, and that's just not me being an Andrew Garfield fanatic and being like he should have won because he's the best. It's like no, I feel like
Have you seen Tick, Tick, Boom?
I've seen Tick, Tick, Boom.
Good movie.
It's a great movie, and I feel like
You know what? I take it back. Mediocre movie. Your enthusiasm sapped mine. I'm less excited about watching it again now.
well, Spencer, I don't take your opinion very seriously, so it's not a lose
Oh,
lose.
boys.
What's
I'm
with
moving back.
this? What's
I'm
with
moving
this
back down the
salt?
table. I'm
We
making
are-
my way
we
back down
are-
to Patrick.
Yeah, go back down to that table.
I'm
I
taking
didn't
off my
want you,
tuxedo.
bro. I'll throw the salt at your head in a minute,
I don't want the champagne.
bro. You'll have some salt in your head in a minute. Anyway,
We're back.
but and we're back. But I just felt that the film, like the whole entire event, like even just the people who they got to host, absolutely terrible. Because I watched the whole thing live while I was at work. Oh my gosh. Who in their right mind thought
Boys know about that.
Whoever thought in their right mind Amy Schumer is the best pick to be the
She's
Oscars
so
host
funny.
needs to get the sack. They need to
Anytime she
You
talks,
literally
I am in
require
stitches.
you're required to be lobotomized if you have that. If you have
Bro,
any
you
good
need to be
opinion.
lobotomized just for saying that word that way.
Yeah, I'm having an
But like
aneurysm.
she was
Lobotomized.
just terrible. Like she went to Kirsten Dunst, who was nominated for best supporting actress, and basically said on the microphone that she was that she never was gonna win, and she was a seat warmer. Like,
Uh,
hence they just weren't funny. I'm trying
no,
my hardest
I was.
not to go straight to talk about the whole Will Smith thing.
What happened?
It's the
Did he
only
win?
thing that was even entertaining.
But like when I watched it live, I genuinely thought it was a ratings thing. I thought that
They
Will
were like,
Smith
"Hey, the rating getting bad. Call Will Smith. Get him on the horn. Tell him that he has to go over on stage, and Chris Rock has to make an offensive joke, and he has to go slap him and say,
but
"You can't say that because this dumb reason."
I think that's exactly how it happened.
it
Yeah.
wasn't really, well, it was an offensive joke, but it wasn't it wasn't a bad joke. It wasn't like a joke
But
that
But to me, what's most egregious, right? If you look back on the footage, when Chris Rock makes that joke, it cuts to a camera
and Will
of
Smith
of
laughs.
Will Smith is laughing and his wife is laughing at it too, but then it does another cut where she's cringing. And it's so disconnected that it's like, okay, those are two completely different shots. Something weird is happening. And then obviously Chris Rock is like, nah, it's a nice joke. Come on, it's a nice joke. And then Will Smith fucking teleports on the stage out of nowhere. Like it didn't feel real to me. Like it feels like a setup. It doesn't feel real.
Yeah. But I thought it was a ratings boost thing, and then he went off at him. He went off at him, and he was just screaming and swearing and everything, and that's when I knew that it wasn't. It was a real thing, and whatever his name is, Chris Rock struck a nerve towards him, and I was like, really? That's
Uh,
what struck a nerve? That
Here's what I think about the entire situation. It is sad that we will never get another Madagascar movie.
I think we were in the first place.
It's just
yeah,
it's just terrible.
but also
Chris Rock and Will Smith's wife,
can
aka Gloria.
I? No, she's not Gloria. Is she Gloria?
Pretty
I
sure
No,
think she's
Gloria.
Gloria.
I don't think so.
The
Gloria? I
hippopotamus.
thought Gloria. Wait, I need a mad.
Everyone take a Google break.
Oh, you thought she was Alex the Lion. No, 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 no. She was the hippopotamus.
She was. Oh my gosh, she was.
Believe it or not, Chris Rock, zebra.
No, oh yeah, he is. I thought when you said zebra, I thought the giraffe. I thought Melman for a second.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think when someone says zebra. I think
My
giraffe.
brain, my brain
Melman.
is fried. It's just fried. I'm sorry. It's like a
Um,
fried egg in ramen.
Can I just say, the best thing to come out of this whole situation is all of the memes of it.
Actually,
No,
I'd say the
no.
exact opposite.
I've
It
got so many memes on my phone now from that situation. It's
The
not
first
even
thing-
funny.
That's my problem. There are so many. It's oversaturated the market.
I got one where it's Jada Pickett Smith, and do you know in Yu-Gi-Oh the monster card Jinzo?
No.
Wait,
No.
I'll see if I can put it in chat. Have you
Oh,
seen season
Jamie,
2 of
pull it
Yu-Gi-Oh?
up. No.
I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know what season I'm up to. They didn't exactly tell me the season and episode title.
When
On
watching
what
it on
was it? Cartoon Network,
Toast TV.
Toast TV. That would have been it. Yeah,
Come on,
ABC Kids.
no, it would have been. It wouldn't. Oh, it may have been on SBS, but not ABC.
I'll be honest. I was not in charge of choosing channels on the TV.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, I
that's
see that.
that
Yeah,
was
that's
like
her cringing face. That's her cringing face. That it cuts to is her just like.
that looks like a JoJo stand, from what I can tell.
Jojo, man, I haven't seen Jojo yet.
Get to it.
I've seen
Uh,
I've seen some of the first season.
it looks like there's so many episodes that I feel like I'm gonna hate myself while watching it.
Hey, but by the next time we record this, I want you to catch up on One Piece real quick.
It's actually not that hard. If you literally put one whole week, 5 whole days aside, you can watch all of it
Oh,
or
yeah,
read
One
all of
Piece
it.
has over
Yeah.
1,000 episodes.
Yes, but they're all exactly 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes. I literally had a friend from school. Literally, we caught the bus together, right? And we would always sit next to each other, and he would always be on like a completely different seasonal episode or series of One Piece. Like,
Yeah.
and he would
That
literally,
man, Enter
he
the
would go to
Asylum right now.
school. He would go to school, right? And then he would watch it through every single class. And then while walking home together, he would still be watching on his phone. He did not detach himself from his phone from watching One Piece.
You have described a horror story to me.
No, I haven't, because he's perfectly
Hey,
fine.
hey, Sean,
Yeah.
do you have 5 days of uninterrupted, just free time?
No, not anymore.
Well, shit.
Yeah, adulting sucks, lol.
How old are you again? 12?
Yeah, I'm 12. I just turned 12 last week.
Bro, double digits.
Happy
Bro, I was double
birthday
digits a year
to...
ago.
Yeah, but those don't count.
Learn quick maths real quick. Anyway, Will Smith.
What about him?
I think that he will get I think he'll get stripped, and I think he will
Jesus.
I think no, I mean like I think he'll get his Oscar stripped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He'll
no.
be
Oh
I
no,
think
they're
he'll
gonna
be
take
banned.
his. How many Oscars does Will Smith have?
He has
Who?
two.
He has two.
He
Think
won
so?
Best Actor for The Pursuit of Happiness, and this was the second Oscar.
And
Yeah.
Wild Wild West.
No, he didn't win one for Wild Wild West.
He should
You
have.
sure? No,
I'm
he shouldn't
sure.
have. The entire movie is garbage.
Do you not remember the rap?
No,
I don't think
Do
you
you-
remember the movie.
can I just
Wild
talk about
Wild
Wild Wild West
No,
quickly?
no, we're not having a
No,
tangent.
no, 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 no. Let me talk about it quickly. This is funny. This is funny.
Okay.
So when Tim Burton was making Superman, like when he was making
I
his
already know what you're gonna
Nicolas
say.
Cage, when he was making his Nicolas Cage Superman movie, he had a producer on there called John Peters, and John Peters because
Everyone
it
fucking
famously-
hates him. Everyone hated him during production.
okay, because Kevin Smith wrote the script.
God
And-
himself, Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith wrote the script, and he he went to John Peters, and John Peters was a producer, and John Peters
Had a
said to him,
giant spider at the end.
Okay,
He has to
okay.
fight ninjas.
Patrick.
Whoa. Hey, slow down. Slow down. No spoiling the story. Wait. Silence.
I'm trying to
wait.
tell the story, and Patrick just keeps jumping in, and he's just like,
Guys, can we get sound speed?
You gotta speed it up, man.
bro, let me tell the story.
Wait. Everyone's quiet for a sec. And we're back. All right. Back to the story.
And John Peters basically said to he said
Johnson
to
Smash Brothers? And we're back.
John Peters said to Kevin Smith 3 things. Superman wasn't allowed to wear his suit. He wasn't allowed to fly. And he had to fight a giant spider at the end. Those were the 3 conditions of what's his face? Kevin Smith writing.
Is this like a or what do you say, like a metaphor? Like it's a metaphorical spider. It's one of those things you find on Tinder.
Well, that's what Kevin Smith thought, but no, he wanted a real spider. And after the Superman Lives was canned, John Peters went to work on Wild Wild West, where in the final act they fight a giant spider.
Giant mechanical spider, because Brainiac was supposed to be armed in a giant mechanical spider. Or at
Yeah,
least that was Kevin Smith's interpretation of what he was going to do. But there was also a scene where Superman had to fight ninjas in a warehouse. And Kevin Smith was just like, I'm sorry, what did you just ask of me?
No, that was after Kevin Smith got fired. That was
Oh,
from
I thought.
another writer because Kevin
Oh,
Smith only brought in one draft, and then they brought on Tim Burton, and Tim Burton didn't like the script, so
yeah.
then they brought in the guy who wrote what was it? It was the bad Batman movie,
Oh,
Batman and
Batman
Robin.
Forever. Or
Batman and
Batman
Robin.
Returns. Oh,
It
Batman
was
and Robin. There you go.
Batman and Robin. They brought on him, and he rewrote it, and he added in the ninjas fighting thing.
Okay. I knew
There's
ninjas were fighting in and Superman Lives at some point.
there's a documentary on
It's
the whole
great.
filming. It's great. Okay.
Everyone just shits on the producer so hard. They're just like, yeah, he was a pain in the ass. I hated him.
Yeah.
It's great.
Anyway, what do you guys think is gonna happen to Will Smith? Genuinely.
death penalty.
No, I agree with you. He'll get stripped of his Oscar and he'll probably be blacklisted for like at least a year. At least.
Because
You mean just one time?
people
Ah.
have been stripped and banned from the Oscars for doing way less.
Yeah.
Like Marlon Brando, when he won the Oscar for The Godfather, he instead of accepting the award, got a Native American woman to go up on stage and basically say on stage that Marlon Brando refuses to accept this award because of the not civil war, the American Indian oppression that's been happening. And well, I'm summarizing it really quickly. It was more of like a real
He would bring politics into something that didn't actually have
he was
politics.
bringing politics and was like basically pointing fingers out at people in the audience, and
Yeah.
who, like John Wayne and everything. Like John Wayne nearly went up
Yeah.
on stage and punched the girl, they said.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was that bad. Like the stuff that she was saying. I haven't watched the speech, but like apparently it was really like
Pretty bad.
it was pretty bad,
My
pretty bad and
boy.
pretty rude. So
Just
Marlon
read the
Brando got
headlines,
stripped
baby.
and he got
Just read
banned.
the headlines. Make assumptions.
Yeah. So he got stripped and banned from
Doing that stunt.
from being in the Oscars. And I feel like either what's going to happen is that Will Smith will get a warning, but I think
He's gonna
He-
get a yellow card, is what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a government official coming up to his house. He's gonna put a yellow card in his mailbox, and they're gonna know what's up.
I just think that like if this was in any other situation, if Will Smith just went up on stage and just punched someone or slapped someone, he like there's no telling, he'd be arrested. He'd be in jail right now. Like, because you can't just do that. You can't go up to a colleague, even if they do make a joke about your wife and
Yeah.
everything. Like, I feel like what would warrant a hit on Chris Rock is if Chris Rock brought up the open marriage thing. I feel like that would warrant Will Smith going on stage and punching him more than anything.
Here's what we learn. Don't make jokes. Be straightforward. Just say the nominees, get it over with. We can get this entire shit show over in like 40 minutes.
Don't waste your 5 minutes of stage for, oh, I'm famous. I have to be worthy of being up on stage. Like, we already know you're worthy because you're standing on it already. Like, don't drag us along with you, all right? Just get it over and done with and be like, hi, you all know me as so-and-so from the movie, so-and-so from
Have you
But
seen
also,
that year.
Chris Rock is a
Thanking everyone in
comedian.
the world?
It'd be
No,
like telling.
But even if he is it's not like if Keanu Reeves was on stage, he had to do like 100 backflips and get on a motorbike and like do 500 stunts because he's an action hero now, right? Like it's not the same, you know. It's just get it over and done with. Say whoever won, congratulate them, be polite, and then be like,
disagree.
okay, on to the next section. Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
I
100%.
humbly disagree. I think Keanu Reeves should get on stage with a motorbike and have to do all of those things. I think that's what will save the Oscars.
I 100% agree. I
Thank you.
just think that like it's just not it's just not necessary. And I think that he will get kicked out of the Oscars. He will get stripped. and he'll complain about it for probably the rest of his life.
He won't be
He'll-
able to make another film with his son, Jaden.
Anyway, I got two more bits of news that's not written on here that I want to talk about quickly before we move on. Oh, also, the Academy have launched an investigation and they will be announcing their findings next week, meaning they'll announce what punishment Will Smith will be getting.
What are they investigating?
Basically, the whole situation. It's a formality.
They'll come back with their findings. It's funny.
It's just what they've said, and they keep flip flopping of everything that they said. Like the other day, they almost kicked out Will Smith, and then yesterday they were like, we were going to kill
You're gonna
We were going to kill him.
No, they were like the police was there, and the police were going to escort him out, but Will Smith refused. So then they just went, "Oh, it's not worth it."
You know,
and
the
then today
police
they announced that they never confronted Will Smith. Okay, I got two final bits of news. It was announced about an hour and a half ago that Jim Carrey has retired from acting.
What about Sonic 3?
What? Exactly. I was just about to say that. What about Sonic 3? What? You can't do this, Jim Carrey. Okay, no, actually, he deserves it. Give him his rest.
Jim
Let
Carrey
him
retired.
dwell. Let him dwell.
No,
Also,
I refuse. I'm
I
gonna go
don't.
to Jim Carrey's house tonight.
and the final bit of news is Bruce Willis has also retired from acting.
Thank God. No offense.
He retired because of
Die Hard.
he got diagnosed with a speech disability.
Impediment, okay.
No, not a speech impediment. He got like a thing called alophasia, which
What
is
is
like when you have had strokes and heart attacks, you
Oh.
struggle to speak.
Yeah,
So yeah, so Bruce Willis has officially retired.
due to that.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be in the next Die Hard?
No, they did announce today that they were working on a Die Hard. They were writing a script for a Die Hard.
Obviously,
then,
that'll either be canned or it'll be turned into a reboot.
It got canned.
Okay, there you go then.
Okay.
Is it gonna be revealed? Bruce
Two
Willis-
90s legends. Two 90s legends. That's horrifying in the course of like 2 days.
All right.
Let's be nice and say 2 days. Wow.
We as a group,
Nice.
as a collective, we decided to do a very special.
Group
very
involves.
Oh, for
special-
Morbius. Hold on, I gotta find my notebook.
Wait,
Alright.
we did a very special thing for this week where we randomly selected one of us to pick a movie, one of us picked a TV show, and one of us picked something that was bad. So Patrick got selected to pick movie, I got selected to pick TV show, and Spencer got picked to pick something bad. So
And
Patrick,
I'm
do you want to
sorry.
talk
I
about?
actually came up with Sean. I actually came up with a name for this segment.
What's it
I
called?
call it the good, the bad, and the
Oh.
arc.
Why don't you just call it the good, the bad, the ugly?
Because
No. What? Huh?
because the good is the good film. So this fortnight, sorry, I got to select the good. Spencer got to select the bad, and you got to pick the arc.
Okay, I get it now. I thought
Yeah.
you said the yuck.
No,
I actually
So
regret
because the yuck is the bad. It should we all present ours like as
Yeah.
like okay.
We'll do it like we're at the Oscars. So which one of you wants to get slapped?
I'll get slapped.
I think it's you, Spencer, is gonna get slapped.
All right. Well,
Ooh.
you
Oh yeah,
guys know
because
where
you
I live.
picked something atrocious. I'm not getting that hour and a half back.
Nor would you want to, I imagine.
No, I think I do. I think I'd like that hard-earned time back, please and thank you.
How would you want
Spencer. All right, Spencer. Clue the audience in. What did you force us to watch? What's the bad?
Oh no! Let's say Spencer. Let's go with the good, your movie, and then
Okay.
we'll go with the bad, and then we'll go with the arc.
So when Sean
What
said
are you
we had
saying there? Wait, back it up. What words are you saying? You're saying good, bad, and what?
The arc.
The arc.
arc, as in
like an arc
a
from a
series
TV
of
show.
episodes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
that's
like
what-
fuck.
No,
No,
that's
I'm
what
not
I thought he
swearing.
said. That's what I thought he said.
Yeah,
No,
you said it with a Y. I thought it was with like a just UCK.
No.
no. No. We're talking about arc, like in a
Series of
TV.
episodes that conjunct with each other. Like
I see.
each episode is like a part of like a larger story. So it's like the what's a good like the last episodes of Star Wars The
Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars, the Mandalorian arc.
Ah,
Yeah, ARC arc, yeah.
yeah. No, I got it like 20 seconds ago. You didn't need
like
to rattle on that.
Raiders in the Lost Ark.
Well, I was going for that as
Can you guys
well,
give me
but
some more?
whatever.
Can you guys give me some more hints as to what?
Moving on.
Moving
Move
on.
along. My favorite song. So we're gonna go with me first.
Joel?
The Lost Boys.
Joel, is he here?
Joel is not here.
Joel's a friend of ours. You wouldn't know him. He goes
Joel
to a
is a
different school than
friend
you.
of mine. Remember Smosh? You guys remember
He's
Smosh?
our biggest supporter.
He
Is he?
buys
I
all my
think.
CDs.
I think because he keeps messaging me about the Movie Script podcast. So I don't know if he's our biggest supporter, but I like to think he is.
Should I just call him and be like, "Hey, surprise! We're doing Cat in the Hat."
No. Okay, go, Patrick, go.
Okay, so I got to pick good this week, and the only vampire movie I've actually ever watched and got, other than
Twilight.
Nosferatu and What We Do in the Shadows, I was like, what's the only good vampire movie that I actually like? And I was like, The Lost Boys, because it's a classic. I love Lost Boys.
What did you like about The Lost Boys?
Everything. I'm obsessed with this movie.
What specifically?
The special effects, the storytelling, the misdirects with the mum's boyfriend, because it's like here are all these hints that he's a vampire, and then they spray him with the holy onion water, and he's like, "Wow, you ruined the dinner. The fuck is wrong with you, idiot kids?" Anyways, I'm a sensible adult, so I won't be that mad, but I will be a little bit upsetty spaghetti. Get it? Because they're eating spaghetti in the scene.
What the heck was that?
It's the scene from the movie. Didn't you watch it? Remember that was the thing we were supposed to do.
Did you play an audio clip just then?
No, I memorized that. That's on a Word document in front of me.
I asked what because it sounded like an audio recording. It didn't
No, I
sound
read
like
that.
you.
It's on a Word document on my second monitor. And then
I thought
it was
I thought it was Craig telling me that he stopped recording.
No, I'm
I
telling
was
you about the upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah. Do you anything else?
No, that's it. I just like it. I like how he just turns into a demon at the end. Like I like the classic look of vampires, like, bleh, look at me, I'm a black cloak. But like he just straight up turns into a demon. You can't convince me otherwise. So I like it. I think it's cool. I'm kind of upset for the granddad that his daughter and his two grandsons just moved into his house and then immediately trashes it after like the third day they moved in. But it's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, Spencer, do you want to talk about the bad?
I don't know what you mean by bad. If you mean like badass movie, then I'll talk
Yeah,
about
it was a badass movie.
It
Yeah.
was a horrible movie.
I spoke to
Really good.
Patrick before. I spoke to Patrick before the show, and Patrick just kept telling me how his brain was melted and he hated every second of that.
I laughed once throughout the entire movie, but I think it's because my brain was crippling and it just decided to give up, and I think I went insane for like 5 seconds, like five
Your
whole
brain
seconds.
melted.
It literally fizzled. It literally was like putting a fried egg in a pan.
It's like from Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Like where they look at a godly object
smelled.
and then
Yeah.
they melt. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. So
No, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this movie so much more than I thought I would. I laughed probably multiple times throughout this movie. Mostly because of the main actor. His contact lenses are so strong. Like they're such a strong yellow that every emotion he has just brings like laughter to me. It's
Like The Witcher.
yeah,
I felt
it's
like it was no. I felt like it was too distracting. I was like, I can't focus on anything else.
well,
I can't focus on how bad this dialogue is because these eyes are just too distracting.
Now,
with this movie,
tell me
it's
if
not
I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm
the
wrong. You're
yeah.
talking about the Robert Pattinson
The
and
dude who's supposed to be
Vampire.
Edward Cullen, yes.
All right,
Can I
let me hit you with a little fun
Uh,
fact. You're this person, Matt Lanter.
yeah?
He is the voice for Anakin Skywalker in
I
the
was gonna bring this up.
yeah
no way.
He
yeah
is
In
the
like the video
voice
games and stuff.
in Clone Wars.
in the show.
What? Okay, no. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. What?
So he's not only the voice of Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars. He is
Oh
also the
my-
first. He is also the first villain from the first Twilight movie. He is also in that Jupiter's Legacy TV show. He is also in he's done so much. He's in Disaster Movie.
That's another movie that I recommend watching.
Bro,
Great movie.
it's the lowest rated movie on IMDb.
It's one of my favorite movies.
I
If
watched
you
that.
remember being
I-
like 6 and
No, I
going to
was gonna say
Blockbuster with $2, a gold coin donation to Blockbuster would get you
I
two
remember
movies for a week. Disaster movies.
I remember it being on the TV, and I must have been like maybe 9 or 10 with my cousin who was like 13, and it was coming on the TV, and I had to go upstairs to my parents, and I was like, Can I watch this movie? It's called Disaster Movie. What is it rated? It's rated M. And yeah, Sean, you can watch it. And I watched it, and I was just amazed by it because I didn't know the concept of parody at that point. So I didn't know that none of this was canon and none of this was joking.
Can we for the next one just go on a marathon of these types of movies? You got epic movie, disaster movie, date movie, vampires
Like-
suck, meet the Spartans. What else?
All of the
parodies.
scary movies.
I will just quit the podcast for that duration of weeks. I will just be like, I'll just call in sick every single week and be like, nah,
Superhero
sorry,
movie, The Starving Game.
No.
This is the beauty of having 3 hosts because 2 can outrank one.
I think you mean 4. You're forgetting about Craig. He's
Oh,
right here.
of course.
But Craig's always on my side because I control him.
Bro, he's over here with us down this side of the table.
Bro, he's
Sean
he's
was
feeding
calling
me.
us as pawns before, which was kind of weird, but
It
What?
was weird.
Oh, that reminds me. Well, I forgot. We've got to talk about one bit of news.
Is Carmel Electra in every single one of these slash movies, like epic movie, date movie?
I think she is.
She is.
Jesus,
Is she
Who
a
does she
producer
know?
or like a husband of one of the producers or something weird?
Probably.
No.
But I just wanted to talk about one thing quickly that I forgot to bring up.
Obi-Wan
Uh,
Kenobi.
No. This was the one bit of news I forgot to bring up. So the Marilyn Monroe movie that they're making
yeah.
on Netflix.
Yes,
they're
that's
making on
real.
Netflix. Starring Ana de Armas. Has
I'm
the
watching
director.
I'm watching it. I'm in.
The director announced this week
You got
that
me.
it will be rated NC-17, and that is American rating system words for it's almost basically porn.
You cannot
Unless-
get me
Oh.
out of that theater.
Great.
Oh no, there are only 2 options with it. It's either basically porn or it's super violent because NC-17 movies are mostly horror. They're
And,
mostly horror
mean,
movies. They're
As
mostly
we know, Marilyn Monroe's end of life, quite violent.
Yeah, it had to
No.
deal with fighting demons in hell. I forgot
Can
about that part.
Can I just say I actually googled her death because I needed to make sure
No
that
spoilers. No spoilers.
okay, but she doesn't die in a violent way. She dies
Yeah,
young,
I was
but
gonna
she doesn't
say.
die. She doesn't die in a violent way.
No
So
axe murderers.
There's only one conclusion is that it's just gonna have lots and lots of nudity, and I don't think that's gonna be
Well,
Like
that was the gimmick of the time. It was you were swinging. You weren't pinned down by one woman or one man. It was swing all you want, and you just don't.
And
You
you
just don't
would know.
breathe.
You would
But-
know, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't because I what? Don't put me on the
but I
spot like
think,
this.
but
Don't
I
do
think
this.
it comes down to the question of, is the nudity necessary?
Yes.
No.
I'm sorry. Was that too quick?
Yeah.
Ask the question again.
Spencer, do you think the nudity is needed?
I think if you're going to represent life accurately in a movie, you need to represent all of its faculties.
But also with Marilyn Monroe, a lot of it was surrounded by mystery. Like people didn't know, like her whole thing of like this sex symbol and everything was done by people not knowing, like basically rumors basically, and they were like, oh, like her sleeping with JFK.
I was just
And
about to
her-
say that.
You know, like
I was going to make
it's
that
all-
one my
it's-
one fun fact.
but it's all just rumors and everything, so you don't know if it's true or not. They'll
Mm.
probably. I'll have to look at the cast. Maybe they have cast JFK.
Apparently, she gave him great head.
Moving on.
That's
That was a
it.
joke.
That's
That was a
Spencer,
joke.
Spencer,
That was a joke.
Spen-
Didn't land. Let's keep going
Spencer.
forward.
Vampires suck.
We're on this? Yes.
Yes.
I actually forgot that we're on.
There were a few jokes in that. I think. Oh, also the dad in Vampires Suck
Yeah.
is the voice of Batman from
is
Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, he is Daedric Beta. And you may know him from Napoleon Dynamite, Office Space, Miscongeniality.
He is in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, he's
Oh my gosh.
friend, right?
No, he's the Rex Kwon Do.
Oh no, he is. Yeah.
Oh my
Holy shit, how
gosh,
did I
that's
miss that?
amazing. Anyway,
Yeah.
he's in so many things. Like as soon as, because I know him from
He's one of
in
those snappers. Like
Mm.
you look at his face and you're snapping your fingers and you're thinking, where do I know him from? Where do I know him
Yeah,
from?
I knew him from Space Force because he was in Space Force, and I googled him and realized that he was Batman, and I was like, what? He's also Batman in the Harley Quinn TV show, but that's not important.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy, Kung Fu Panda, Penguins in Madagascar. Jesus Christ. I was scrolling for like 5 seconds and I'm only down to 2015. Fucking Christ.
There were a few other people in that movie that I saw and I knew them from other things. I can't remember who. I
Billy
never
Madison.
saw
Billy
I
Madison,
never
that's
saw
what it is.
Bella. Who?
It's Billy Madison. He's one of the drunk friends with Norm Macdonald.
Is he the other one?
Yeah, it's the other one.
Oh my gosh. I know the wheelchair guy had me laughing a little bit. Just like they go outside, like the daughter comes into town and then they go outside and he's like, hold on, I'm just gonna deal with this guy real quick, and he's just beating up a guy in a wheelchair. That made me chuckle.
It's one of those movies that is a time capsule of
It's
the
so
2010s.
outrageously dumb that like if you take the movie seriously, you're not going to enjoy it, which is why
You're not going
Patrick
to enjoy
didn't
it.
enjoy
You
it.
have to. It's like with movies like what like Moonfall. You have to go into this knowing that it is
Garbage. Yeah.
not objectively a good movie, and
No,
just
but
appreciate it for what it is.
I
A funny movie.
I liked
Just not in the way that
the
it wished.
scene where Edward has just broken up with Bella. What's her
Becca.
name? Bella.
Becca Crane, please.
Becca. He's in this room and he's got like this beard and he's wearing a wife beater and he's eating ice cream. that made me laugh because he's just like, I'm breaking up with you because I can't help myself around you, and he's just sitting there just eating ice cream. Also, his death at the end was just
spoilers.
like just came out of nowhere.
Can we
he
put that
just-
at the beginning? Spoilers for Vampires Suck.
bro. We're not. No,
Someone somewhere is going to watch it.
Going to watch it, and now they don't want to.
Yeah, now you
bro.
spoil it.
We just saved them from an hour and a half they'll never
Saved
get back.
or
See,
prevent?
now you agree.
Okay.
You are taking away. Let's backtrack to the beginning of the movie. Perhaps one of my favorite parts.
Uh-oh.
David DeLuise. He is the father from Wizards of Waverly Place. He is Alex's father.
He is.
He if you've seen Will Smith slap Chris Rock, that is nothing. This guy puts down a clinic on some vampires for about 30 seconds.
When that scene came up and they're like, "Do you know who we are? You're the Black Eyed Peas."
You're the Black Eyed Peas.
that
You got Fergie, you got Will I Am, you got Applebee's.
I liked because I recently watched because Mr. Sunday Movies did a Caravan of Garbage series on Twilight.
Right.
So like I kind of learned a bit of facts because I haven't seen the Twilight movies, but I learned a bit of facts about the Twilight
Well done.
movies. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah,
I
good
thought
job.
you said hold on. And apparently in the second movie, you know the girl who they say is Fergie?
Yeah.
So she was the villain in the second movie, and then in the third movie, they recast her to be Bryce Dallas Howard.
What?
And she was in the first movie, and in the second movie they recast her to be Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, okay.
And in Vampires Suck, they make a reference to it. There's one point where what happens? They talk to her and she goes, "Well, I just got recast," and pulls up a photo of Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
That was a deep cut. Jeez.
that was.
The
I don't think I've ever caught that joke.
Well,
point where
They
my
throw a
brain
thousand
snapped
jokes
and I
at you every
actually.
minute. You let them slide.
Okay. Do we want to continue talking about Vampire Suck, or
Well,
do we want to move on?
I just want to quickly add the one part that actually made me laugh, but I'm still not 100% sure if it's because I snapped or not. The one part that made me laugh was, so you know when they're in the woods and Jacob turns into
The puppy dog?
he
Yeah,
turned into the Chihuahua, right? That didn't make me laugh. The scene after where he whistles as the dog and all the buff dudes in short shorts start
Yeah.
dancing to It's Raining Men. That didn't make me laugh.
Yeah,
What made me laugh
that
is
made me laugh.
what
It's
made me laugh was when they were about to kill one of the other vampires. The lead werewolf says, "Get him, girl." That's what made me laugh. It wasn't anything leading up to it. It was the "Get him, girls." I don't know why, but my brain just snapped.
You didn't laugh when she was using like onion cologne.
No, I was just like, I like The Room and I like the B movie because of how bad they are, and I was just watching this, just trying to put my brain on that kind of level, and I couldn't. It was just too stupid for me. I'm sorry. I I it was probably because I'm sober. I'm sorry.
Bro, I was sober.
I wasn't sober when I watched
You
this
two are
the first
clinically
time.
insane.
Bro,
Go and
Spencer,
talk to your
when are
therapist.
you
No,
ever
I-
sober?
I wasn't sober when I watched
Can
this
I
for the
just
first time
say
at
something
10 years
quickly?
old.
We went to, like, Spencer and I were directors for our film school final thing, and we went to like an opening night where we presented our films and everything. And I remember specifically Spencer coming in a suit and he had sunglasses on, and he asked me.
I was dressed to the nines.
Yeah, he came in and was like, "Do you think my eyes look bloodshot?" And I was like, "No, not really." And he puts his sunglasses back on, and we all the directors get pulled up on stage, and Spencer stands next to me and he goes, "Bro, man, I'm so high right now. I couldn't
Is it
go into this
real?
movie."
This is
Yeah.
what I won't say exactly what I was doing at the pre-party. But needless to say, when I got to the screening, I was
Out
blazing
of your
trail.
mind.
Uh, Now, when I was sitting down, it's a different story because I'm watching movies, I'm invested, and I'm laughing and I'm having fun. As soon as I stand up, it's like all the blood rushes from my head, and I'm anxious as shit because I have to do a small talk and stuff, and
Yeah,
all this happens, and it was not the best, but it was still pretty funny.
yeah. But I just remember that because I never thought I knew you drank, but I never thought of you as a stoner. And then you just came next to me. I was like, bro, I'm high. I'm so high right now.
It was a special occasion
It was a very
because
special occasion.
I had been stressing for weeks and
Oh,
weeks,
you,
just
yeah,
trying to
you,
get everything, and even especially, more than especially in the last week when Patrick gave me an
like,
edit.
we're not throwing shade on this podcast. It's in the past.
I'll
But
fucking
yeah,
throw a tree at him. I'll throw as much shade as you want, dude.
bro. Literally, like that whole last week was so, well, I
It's
mean,
insane.
stressful. Okay.
You can't
Anyway,
get through that without drugs.
do we have? I mean, I did. But to be fair, I was I like my sister who was sitting next to me had to
And
hold me in my chair so I couldn't leave because I wanted to walk out of the cinema when my film came on. I was just like I did not want to watch my film at all. I was so terrified of watching it.
it was
Yeah, I
it's
understand that.
vindicating being in the audience when your film's up and you have some jokes in your film
What
and people are laughing.
that made me feel better because like I didn't know if my film was gonna be funny or not.
Just
And
glad they laughed when they were supposed to and not when they weren't.
I know, right? That's what's good. Um. Anyway, does anyone have any other thoughts on Vampire Suck before we move on to Arc
Uh, Closing statement.
closing statement?
On vampires suck. Uh, it is a time capsule of a movie that I will
But
probably revisit at least
I
once a decade for the
I
rest of my life.
wish Vampire Suck
And a
came out.
sequel, same.
No, what it's had a sequel or was made after Twilight was finished. Because I feel like there could have been so
Could have
many jokes
been so
about
many
that.
more.
There
Yeah,
could there could have been so many jokes about that dumbass CGI baby that's in the in like the
second and
last
third
movie.
one. Yeah,
They
In
would have
like the
had so
last
much
movie.
more, so many more jokes.
There could have been so many more jokes about that stupid dumbass CGI baby. That like when you what like because I
Like a
said to you, I said
multi-billion-dollar franchise.
yeah, but like
They
I
go into that
actually
baby.
went to the CGI on that thing as well, and it's extra weird because they hired an actual little girl
yeah,
and her older sister to play the parts in the second and third movies. So it's like,
no, but do
why
you know what
didn't you
happened?
just find like their cousin or something, or find just an actual baby?
That
Like,
yeah, you could have just found an actual baby, but they actively when they made the film, they wanted to oh what happened? So they cast the little girl first, and
yes,
so I don't know if you saw this. I'll probably Google search it and send it into chat. They first of all made a not a CGI baby. They made an
animatronic.
animatronic, and it's terrifying.
That's so much
Like
worse. That's so much worse.
It's
let me
like
let me search
Balloon
it.
Boy from FNAF.
That's Yo, you heard of the bite of 87?
We
Okay,
took a bite of 80.
here it is. Here it is, and I'm not kidding. This is the actual um animatronic
Photo of
baby. If
it.
you search it up on
Yeah,
for yourselves.
That no, that's the fucking alien from what is it?
Paul.
Not Split. Uh,
Paul. The alien from Paul.
what's the movie? It's not Spleen,
Paul.
Split, Splice. That's the Splice alien, dude.
Right.
Have you seen that movie?
What?
You
Splice?
you
And
haven't seen?
they modeled it after the
Oh,
young actress that they got to play the like teenage version, or not teenage, like the 10-year-old version of their child.
yeah. And
And
then they
that
casted her older sister to play as the adult version that Jacob ends up.
No,
marrying.
they played the adult version, but then they went further and CGI'd the little girl's face onto her older sister's face.
That's what?
What?
I did not even notice that.
They did. It's so weird. It's just I don't. Was it Lionsgate who made these films?
I think so.
That's just them showing their big balls and being like, look at us. We could do CGI because this. Did Avatar come out before this?
I think just after. I think
Just
just
after.
after.
Okay, never mind. Because I was gonna say because everyone after
Avatar 2009. When was the last?
Okay, so everyone after Avatar was like, we need to step up our CGI game, and so you just see all these movies where they just have worse and worse CGI because they're constantly trying to battle with Avatar being like this CGI masterpiece. But like it's literally like it's so terrible, and I feel like Vampire Suck needs to have a sequel where they just make fun of that stupid baby. Oh my gosh! Like
You're gonna talk to
You
the
want an
director?
hour and a half dedicated to people ridiculing
Bro.
animatronic and CGI baby,
Yes.
and then having it based on a little girl, and then having a little girl's face stitched onto her older sister.
How many times do I have to say this? Yes, exactly.
Yes, I wanna see-
You want an
nail on the
hour
head.
and a half of that with horrible pop culture references that we barely understood because we were like 5 at the time.
bro, the pop culture references in that movie just
What
like
the
they
fuck?
don't make sense at all, and they just keep pulling them out. Like
Guys, you're gonna love this.
Uh,
There's a new Star Wars movie in the works.
what?
It's called Star Worlds Episode XXXIVE.
No,
NC
no,
squared,
no,
Force Awakens,
no.
The Last Jedi Who Went Rogue. It is by the same director who did Vampires Suck. It is a parody movie. It is in pre-production currently.
I'm very excited.
I am excited
I'm very excited.
for
Is it
that.
written by the same people who did Vampire Suck?
It is being helmed by Jason Friedberg, who was the director on Vampire Suck and the writer.
Oh man, I'm very excited.
Both of the directors were both of the writers.
Wait,
of that movie.
wait. Do you know what's so funny? If we're gonna do that that parody movie marathon, we got to do superhero movie.
I mean, obviously. You kidding me?
Superhero movie is the one movie in that whole franchise that's not directed by that guy, not written and directed by that guy.
It has one of my favorite jokes of all time.
What?
It's where the dragonfly is
With the Human Torch?
confronting Christopher McDonald, his character. He's the what do I know him from? Christopher McDonald.
He's in a few things.
Oh, he's in a lot of things. He was in Happy Gilmore. He was Shooter McGavin.
Yeah.
Anyway, he is fighting off against this guy, and Chris McDonald says that his suit is made of titanium. No, he's got
diamond blades.
Yeah, I've got titanium blades. They cut through diamonds.
Diamonds. I'm not
wearing
any
any diamonds. It's I think it's the first instance of one of those jokes ever being said to me in my life.
No, my favorite joke from that movie is when Leslie Nielsen, Kevin Hart, and Drake Bell are in the kitchen, and he's like talking to
The naked gun.
no, he's like, he's like, I think my skin's hardened, and he goes over and tries to stab him.
Oh yeah, he stabs him.
And then he's like, man, my reflexes are really good, and he's like, no, I don't believe you, and he's like, well, I bet you $100 you can't land a punch, and then he punches Kevin Hart. it's so dumb.
Easy money. It's easy money.
No, but
it's parodying.
It's also
those who don't know, it's parodying the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. And also Leslie Nielsen's giving him this speech, and he's like, Drake Bell's like, you're not my father, and he's like, I love you like your father did. I respect you like your father did. I had sex with your mother just like your father did.
Oh, Who wrote that movie? It is by Craig Mazin, who was also the director. That seems to be a running theme in these kind of movies.
He
He
wrote
wrote Chernobyl.
he wrote Chernobyl.
He wrote The Hangover Part 2, and he wrote a lot of other
He
things.
did Chernobyl. He wrote Chernobyl.
Like you're going over a
Is he
much more
writing? Is he
important
writing
movie.
the Star Wars parody
He
though?
wrote Scary
No.
Movie 3,
Oh,
one of the best scary movies. Scary
Is
movies.
that the one where they make fun of Saw?
It's no, that's the one where they're making fun of Signs, and they're also making fun of The Ring.
Oh yeah, that.
It's the one where the
Yeah,
white guy
okay.
goes to a rap battle and puts on a white hoodie, and it doesn't go very well.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the final section
Arc, yes.
of this, which is arc. So this was my category, and this is
Shit,
where I
Kevin Hart's
picked.
in that too.
What?
Oh, I'm just realizing Kevin Hart's in a lot of these fucking
Yeah. Wait,
movies.
which one is he in?
He's in
He's
Scary
in
Movie 3.
superhero. Really?
Yeah, he was he was CJ, one of the rappers' friends, Ted Trex or something. What is it? Simon Rex.
That's funny.
Right.
Anyway, I kind of bent the line of what we consider vampire. So, by definition, vampire is a being that is immortal but must consume human blood to survive. So, I picked a favorite show of mine that I just watched recently, Demon Slayer. I picked episode 15 to 21, the mountain arc.
yes.
It's my favorite arc.
It's
the only arc.
It's no. There's
There's one other arc.
there's been 3 other arcs. There's the training arc, there's the Mugen Train arc, and then there's the Entertainment District arc that they just finished. I kind of regret not picking the Entertainment District arc, but only because it's so good. Like it's the Entertainment District arc is amazing, and I didn't pick it because the subbed version is completely finished, but the dubbed version isn't completely finished. So I didn't want you guys, if you liked it subbed or dubbed, not to be able to watch it, or watch something that you're not really wanting to watch. Because I know for myself, I like the dub. I also do watch it subbed, but I do like the dub.
I think there aren't many dubs that are famous for being better than the
Good.
sub.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that any dub is better than the original. I just
Cowboy
think that
Bebop?
like
It's preference.
Cowboy Bebop. And we're back.
What were we talking about before? Craig rudely interrupted
Vampires
us.
suck. I think we just got into that.
No,
we're
no,
talking
we
about Demon
weren't.
Slayer.
You're
We'll
saying
quickly
something about
quickly
vibrating.
wrap this up because clearly Craig is getting grumpy at us for
He's catching the sickness from Patrick.
from Patrick.
Sorry, guys, I got the
in
flu.
closing thoughts on Demon Slayer, it's really good, really
Mid.
good art, amazing art style. I wanted to touch on quickly the fact that like Tanjiro's dad, like how like he like because in the show Tanjiro has no idea about demons, he has no idea about demon slayers, and his dad's long dead when you come in.
This all
And
happens, yeah.
yeah, and you find out like his dad does like a dance, and for some reason Tanjiro's like, you want I'm gonna do that dance, and it's actually a
It's
breathing
his last
technique.
resort, yeah.
It's a breathing technique called Hinokani Kagura. I absolutely butchered that, but
That's actually pretty close, honestly.
yeah, it's very
You
close.
How would you
and
know?
he
Because I watched it.
and it's fire breathing. It's fire breathing, and
Yeah.
in
Because
the show,
he usually does water breathing, and he's just like,
Yeah.
nah, man. I ain't water,
because
I fire.
the person who trained him is like does water breathing.
Yeah. But obviously his family heritage has something to do with fire breathing.
Yeah, fire breathing. But it's funny because in the show, no one else has this fire breathing ability. There's a guy who has flame breathing,
but
but
not fire.
but they say in the show, because he's like, have you heard of fire breathing? They're like, no, we haven't. And they're very, very stingy on the names
Flame and
of
fire, the
different
difference.
the difference between them. So if you said, do you do flame breathing, a flame like do you do fire breathing to a flame person, they would get very angry at you because
Yeah.
it's not right. And so he's like, oh, okay. And in the second arc that they do, the Mugen Train arc, which is a movie, by the way, they did it in a movie rather than a series.
One that came out in 2020,
Yeah.
June.
It wasn't well received from what I remember. Very
It was very well received, actually.
It was
No one
well
really
received by
talked
the
about it.
fans, but since it was such a niche thing and it was like a continuation of an anime that was airing, it obviously not many people watched it because it's too
Yeah.
niche. But yeah, it would have been well received by the fans who
It was
actually
very
cared to watch it.
it was very good. It was very good. And
I was making a joke. It was very well received. Are you kidding me? I think it's one of the highest grossing anime
It's-
movies of all time.
it's the highest grossing anime
Have you
movie of all
seen
time.
fucking Dragon Ball's history, my guy? They release like 100 movies to theater like every
Yeah,
year.
but
Yeah, but no one watches them.
it's
Yeah, it's
it's
true.
the highest grossing film.
Yeah.
Anime film.
Anime movie, yeah.
Anime.
Well,
Anyway,
not including
final
Deadpool.
final thoughts.
Okay, I have a few notes that I want to get off my chest.
Quickly.
So in the second episode, episode 16, Inosuke calls not Senetsu, the dude with the maroon hair and green jacket. He calls him an idiot.
Tanjiro.
He calls Tanjiro an idiot and says that he already knew that the spider's webs were palpitating the other hunters and other bounty hunters. And my thought was, what's the point of withholding that information when it could mean life or death? There's another situation where Inosuke is so reckless with his sword fighting ability and gets mad when his sword breaks when being reckless. When he's fighting the demon known as Dad.
Can I put that in context for you?
Okay, go ahead.
Inosuke is the wait. Are you talking about Tanjiro or Inosuke?
Inosuke, because he's fighting.
Inosuke is the only one of the three who is self-taught.
Oh, okay. Because obviously
he's self-taught, and he made up his own breathing technique.
Yeah.
And
Which is the
that's why
hunting one.
he uses two swords, and that's why like his swords are messed up, and which is why he's not that good, not that skilled of a fighter.
Yeah, but he obviously wants to be.
He wants to be. He wants to be. Like he has the ambition to be a very skilled fighter. He just doesn't have the skills. So like after those episodes, they do a few episodes where they're just training and recovering and everything. And Tanjiro is just teaching Inosuke like breathing techniques and everything and helping him to learn.
I mean, it's like the scene from Lord of the Rings where Legolas is teaching the hobbits to sword fight.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, I still got two more notes. I still got two more. I'm sorry.
Okay, 20 words or less.
Why isn't the whole show about the butterfly themed girl? She seemed more interesting than these three idiots. It's always good to see the perspective of our antagonists, but
I feel
this is way too overdramatic.
No, I feel like it's
He looks
too
like
late.
Michael Jackson.
That's oh my god. Are you just saying that to be funny?
No, he genuinely looks like
That's
Michael Jackson.
the joke in like this series with the fans, that people were just like the villain's Michael Jackson, and I could probably send you guys a couple videos of people like
People have done like edits and stuff.
Well, people have done like redubs of the anime, like just in small clips, and it's just like the demon's been like, Michael Jackson wants to kill you, and I need to kill him because Michael Jackson told me to. There's one episode. There's one that they did at the start of season 2, the Entertainment District arc, because the catalyst of that series is that this one of the Hashira go to the Butterfly Girl's mansion and is basically, he gets permission to take a few of the servants there to go on a mission to go, because he basically is selling the female servants into prostitution, basically, to try and find a demon.
Jesus.
No, that's basically.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. But
I'm summarizing it really quickly. It's not prostitution, but it basically is.
yeah,
And Tanjiro and Inosuke and Zenitsu offer themselves up to go. So in that whole thing, they dress up as women. They go on there. Anyway, it's quite funny because there's redub of it, and it's like, why is the dub so weird? And he's like, hey man, you need to put those girls down. I caught you in 4K, and the little girls are yelling, EDP, EDP. That guy's EDP. He went to go get the cupcake.
By the way, this entire podcast, this part of the podcast, you guys have been throwing names at me. No clue who you're talking about. I've seen the show, and I know the characters you're talking about. I just don't know which ones you're talking about because
Do you know EDP? Like the
2445?
YouTuber?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what happened to him?
yes.
yeah. He tried
Yeah,
to get some cupcakes apparently.
Allegations.
That's the joke. That's the joke that they were making, where this Hashira was stealing these because they're children. They're children that he's stealing to go
Hashira?
sell. The Hashira are like the upper class.
It's a
demon
status.
slaves.
It's a status of
Oh.
hunters.
They're it's just a easier way of saying they're the master.
Yeah.
They're-
They keep throwing these words that I don't know the meaning of or names. Like the
Bruh.
main guy,
Tanjiro?
yeah, Tanjiro. I just call him like Crybaby or whatever because he cries a lot.
He does
I
not
think
cry that much.
I think you're thinking
He does not
of,
cry as much as
I think
Deku.
you're thinking of My Hero Academia because
Yeah.
they both have green. They both look similar.
No, in this show, he
One
cries a
has
lot.
maroon,
in
one has
backstories.
green.
And anytime he kills someone, that's sad.
He doesn't cry once in this series.
Yeah.
I have a vivid memory of him crying.
Your vivid
The-
memory serves you falsely.
Falsely. I think you watched My Hero Academia. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna end this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed us rambling about absolute nonsense for an hour and a half / 2 hours. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.